Hey, welcome to Breaking Bread, hosted by me, Crunk Chocolate, a show where we break verbal bread with a quote-unquote enemy. Whenever Manchester City has an upcoming match, I will be here having a conversation with a supporter of City's upcoming opponents. If you are watching just the short little 10, 11 minutes sample that is on YouTube and our podcasting apps, still don't forget, like, subscribe, rate, review, all of those nice things. But if you are feeling good enough, well enough, you should think about subscribing to our Patreon. For $6 a month, you get so much extra content that is specific to, actually, I was about to say specific to City, but we have our match previews, but we have all sorts of interviews that have to do with men's, women's football. A lot of it actually has nothing to do with Man City. So we are very proud to, yes, we are a City podcast, but there's a whole world of football out there, and that is where you can enjoy all of the extra content is on our Patreon for $6 a month. So shout out to our patronies who subscribe. And today, such a wonderful episode for you because that pesky little international break is over. We have football back. Final 10 matches before hopefully City women, our baby blue baddies, lift that trophy, breaking Chelsea's reign on the WSL. But standing in our way, Aston Villa. And I'm not gonna lie, Sean Goder stepped away. And now I don't have to be nice. Now I don't have to be like, oh, be nice to them. Now I can say, beat them down. But obviously, I'm just being a little dramatic for our intro to talk Aston Villa, to find out more about this club and the changes they've made since the last time we played them. We have our good friends from Part of the Pride, Freya, Gary. What's up, you two? How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Happy to be back. Thanks for asking us.
Of course.
Glad to be here.
Keeping really well. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Hello. You're saying that we're standing in your way and we're probably going to roll over and let you rubber belly.
We're not.
If you will, that would be very nice of you. I would appreciate
no
that.
Problem.
We will still be missing. We'll invite you to the parade. How about that? We'll be without key players because the Asian Cup is still going on. But I still think we should be able to handle. Like, is Bunny there? Yes. Is Minima there? Yes. Like, Sam Coffey stepping in, like, she will fill in the void of what Yui was missing. Well, we'll be missing with Yui. Greenwood's still there. Canuck's still there. Rose is still there. Like, there are still very key players. The biggest thing that I'm not necessarily that I'm worried about, but the question mark is Kiara Keating. Like, how does she fill in after Yamashita just making the starting keeper position her own? All of the promise in the world that Keating has, but obviously has been rightfully. Like, I prefer Yamashita, just her presence, her knowledge, her experience, all of that stuff. That's like where Keating eventually will be. And I'm here for it. So that is, I guess, is the biggest worry. But in the end, we just got to score more than you, which I think City should be able to do.
I was going to say, Crunk, if you're saying Kiara Keating is the biggest concern you have, then yeah, that you'll be fine. Be absolutely fine. Because of course she's been with the under-23s, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yep.
So she's still international standard. Whereas Villa, on the other hand, we wish we had that problem.
Oh, no, we do have international goalkeepers. One of which is
Oh, no, we do, yeah.
pushed Keating out of the senior squad into the under-23s. Well, yeah.
Yes.
Ellie Roebuck at her finest.
Exactly.
Sorry, Crunk, but that's probably the only win Villa are getting over Man City on this podcast, so we're taking it.
We're taking it.
That will be a little weird seeing Roebuck in the goalposts where, yeah, obviously we'll be happy for her, and I'm excited to see from that. But let's talk a little bit about Natalia Arroyo. She, again, every single time I watch you guys play, she always like look good, play good. She is a big pusher of that. Like, I enjoy the way that she dresses as a manager. She's always looks nice and sharp, and that is a very, that's the quickest way to get me to follow you, is if you are dressed well. So like that, yeah. She has that done well. How is she doing on the tactics side? She's had most of the season to grow with the squad. How are you feeling with how she's doing so far?
Gary, do you want to go?
Honestly, I'm happy with her. You know, I know that
I am too.
The recent games, yes, we've had some poor results, but people have to remember that the teams that we've been playing is a rejuvenised Liverpool side, Man United, Arsenal. You know, these are games that most clubs are likely expecting to lose anyway. So it's just unfortunate for us that we've had them all in a row. So yes, it makes it look like we're on a really bad run of form. Doesn't help the coming back from the international break. We're up against Man City. But in general, from how the team played last season to how the teams played this season, you know, before the Christmas break, we had one of the tightest defences in the league, and that's all down to her tactics. Now, I know the games after the Christmas break are the ones that we're talking about. We've been playing all the top teams, and, you know, it's been more a game of passy shooty in because some teams are scoring against us for fun in the last couple of weeks. But I don't think that's an Italian problem. I think that's just squad quality.
Yeah, because what we've been saying for a long time is like the manager's like very easy to be the scapegoat. So as soon as things aren't going right, blame the manager, which is fair enough if it's the manager's fault. But a lot of this, like Gary said, is, you know, we didn't do any business really in the winter window. Yes, of course, we got Nice-Wenger and Jean-Francois, but the places where we really needed players, we didn't. Like, ideally 3, 4, 5 players would have been lovely, because we just don't have that depth. And of course, we've had the brilliant news about Missy Ball-Kearns is pregnant, which is fantastic. But of course, from a team perspective, that's now a midfielder we don't have as well. So it's obviously holding nothing against her. I just want to make that really clear. But in terms of numbers, it's then harder still now because we've got, you know, recurring injuries. So I think Natalia is basically doing the best that she can with what she has. So yeah, I like her. I'm really happy with her.
It actually was from the fan forum that a few of us were at last week. That's one of the things that they brought up. We're not going to be pushed into buying players that we don't actually want. You know, they're trying to bring in quality over quantity. So the players that they are going to bring in are players that they want to bring in. They're not just going to try and put a sticking plaster on something. So it is that they're trying to build. And they don't want to bring in things that, you know, aren't the stability rock that they want to build on. So I can understand that. And the winter break, that's not where you're going to really get the players you want unless they're coming from like the Swedish league or something like that had just finished. But, you know, if that's not the market that you're looking at, it's going to be hard to bring a player from America or somebody else already within the WSL, or, you know, and I think it's just that they're not going to be forced to do anything. But Missy Bowes News obviously explains why we brought in Francois.
Yes. Yeah, because a few of us were like, why have we done that? Like, she's great, but what? It's like, oh, that's why. Okay.
I have some Chelsea friends, and they were like losing their minds about that. Like, they're big fans of her. So to like see her go elsewhere, especially where midfield is kind of a place where Chelsea could use some backup, some youth, some energy inserted in. But then again, they put all of it to Sonia Bompastar, or as we like to call her, Sonia Simeone, because she just the way that the football they play, and that she just got the extension. So it'll be very interesting to see where Chelsea is heading. But even going back to the whole trusting the manager, Arroyo, acknowledging that there are holes in the squad, I'm glad to see that, because we're really seeing that in football, and it's starting to affect women's football, where people are just so quick to get rid of a manager when they're struggling. And usually it's obvious that it's not only the manager doing that's the problem. There's usually, it's contextual. Like there's so much more that you could explain it, and we'll hear to see. I am interested in this Brian Sorenson edition. So first, we found out that Sean Goder stepped away, and then Brian Sorenson joined. Goder is just part of the management team, but Sorenson is going to be like the technical director. So that's almost like front office. Do you know why one had to leave and the other had to go? Like, is there